Okay, I'm just gonna record this now simply because I feel like I've got the energy to talk before I'm going to work on this image. But after I have worked on this image, I don't think I'm gonna feel like talking about it very much. So I'm just gonna say to you, from what I remember how the image looks like, there's some kind of like a dragon figure thing, and in the background there's all these almost like tiles or leaflets. I mean, the way I see it, the dragon is me, of course, because, you know, dragons ask riddles, and dragons are all about the inner fire, which is Tumo, T-U-M-M-O, Tumo, the inner fire, breath work, which is what I'm doing in my own way. You know, I'm not doing it in a, you know, all the time, but I use breath for a lot of things. And to some people it's even intimidating. So, you know, a sigh of relief is breath work. But, right, my lung capacity is insane. I've had an insane lung capacity already as a child, but then smoking kind of ruined that. Now I stopped smoking, and I'm still wondering if I should ever try HP again, which I'm sure I will. Yeah, I'm very certain that I will. Why? Because I simply like to experiment, and it is very much because I experiment that I was able to produce all these different kinds of content, because I'm so versatile. You know, I learn a thing, and then I learn another thing, and then I do something, and then I do something else, and then I simply, right, like step into the future. I do something that I wasn't aware of I could do by boosting my boundaries. And then sometimes I stay 3 or 4 days at home and just produce content and sleep a lot. And then on the 5th day, I suddenly go for a 30-kilometer hike, take my camera, and I do all of this, you know, no slack, no line stuff. And I just think, animal movement, I mean, yeah, sure, I have a lot of strength, but never every day. There are days where I have to rest, where I have to sleep. So I can have millions of ideas, but in order to bring them about, I also have to have the time. So this is like my creative madness. I mean, having all these ideas and then turning them into reality, that's kind of mad. I mean, that's Thomas Edison on a new level. You know, screw patents. You know, I don't give a shit about patents. You know, I just put it out there, you know, and I'll flip you the finger if you think you can do it better than me, because I don't give a crap about what you think you can do. You know, I give a crap about what you're doing, but that only to a certain degree, because what I care more about is what I'm doing. You know, I don't give a crap what you're doing. You know, I just want to be creative myself, because that's so much better than sitting around and moping or sitting around and wishing things were different. You know, I just work towards the things that I would like to see. And that's simply my reality. And if you say you love a woman, but you keep flirting with others, then what don't you get? I mean, what don't you realize? I mean, you say you love this woman and you want her to be happy, but you keep flirting with others. Even on the phone. I mean, you can talk to a woman without flirting with her. You can just talk to a woman in a completely normal way, like non-sexual, just have a normal conversation. And that's the truth, the actual truth, that you should stop flirting. You should stop trying to get something from women. You know, you can give them space, you can give them stability, and then they will be happy to be in your presence. But you should pick one woman as your wife to just make sure that the boundaries are intact, and then it can work. And there's some women where you should never even say a word to them. I mean, you can try a couple of times, but if they start attacking you, then you simply treat them with silence. And then that should be their ashram. That should be their safe zone, because they know there's a man who can just say nothing. Just say nothing. You know, sometimes you just have to say nothing and just bide your time. You know, women come, they say, yeah, I don't like you cooking with gas. You know, it's one of those ideas you have, you want to cook with gas, and then a woman comes and tries to ruin it for you. You just say, yeah. You know, but it's allowed, you know. There are people who cook with gas, so why shouldn't I do it? Yeah, because we're all afraid. Afraid of what? Electricity is as dangerous as gas. You know, do you get that? I mean, we're heating with oil here. Do you think that's not a dangerous thing to do? You know, I know what I'm doing. I mean, I turn on the gas and then I cook with it and then I turn it off. I mean, it's very simple. I'm not gonna leave the gas on and the flame and then, you know, go to the garden and come back later in 10 hours or something. I mean, I'm just saying, people are so weird. I mean, we're talking about like real like steel gas bottles. They don't just explode unless you put the lighter right to the beginning. Right? I mean, you've got an idea, then it's your responsibility. Do you think Woody Allen would have made a movie if he was stopped at asking people for permission? No, he just started working on it. And that's all.